creates more problems. Worry is not the solution to problems. It is not. Worries actually worsen problems. There has never been a time in human history when people have solved their problems using the logic of worry. Worry worsens the situation. In essence, there's basically no need to worry, because when you worry, you impose more pressure on yourself and thereby bends yourself even more under the force of the problem. So there's basically no need for worries. Consider this. Sometimes it is not just within your control. There is nothing you can do about the situation. So you don't need to act. Sometimes it is just not within your power. Just let things be. Do nothing. Consider this. Even God, He is omnipotent. He obeys this law. He obeys this law. In spite of all His powers, sometimes God lets things be. He doesn't act. He doesn't do everything He needs to do, even though He has all the power. He lets things be. In fact, God does very little compared to the most He is capable of doing, considering the fact that He is almighty, He is omnipotent. So what lesson do you learn from God? Whenever you are convinced you have done everything within your capacity, within your natural capacity to solve a problem, and the problem has refused to be resolved, do nothing. Do nothing. Surrender. Do nothing. Just let things be. Let providence and nature take care of fate. I tell you, there is a fundamental innate capacity within nature to resolve itself whenever human capacity fails. There is. Let nature and the order in existence take care of business sometimes. If you force things, you might regret it forever. Sometimes all you need to do is just sit back and let things be. Don't let your impatience lead you to disrupt the inherent order in the doings of fate and destiny. Okay? Don't disrupt the order. Don't. Just let things be. Just let things be. Let things be. If you cannot handle the situation, just let things be. At the end, you will be very happy you did. Things be. Some of us are so interested in knowing the future. Like, we want to know what will happen to us in the future. Like, what become of me in the next 5 years? What are going to be my successes, my challenges? Where will I be? Some of us are very interested to know when we are going to die, what kind of death, what woman I'm going to marry, from what race, tribe, what will she look like. Virtually, we want to know everything before they happen. Of what essence? That is the question. Of what essence? Of what essence? So if you know everything about the future before the future happens, what next? What value does it add to your life? Does it make life interesting? Do you think it's going to make your life interesting? Is it not going to make your life boring? What is the essence of living the future if you already know what the future will be like? What is the essence of living and getting married to someone, say Mrs. A, if you already know you are going to marry Mrs. A and give birth to 4 children? The future becomes the present, and therefore the future is lost. What makes the future is that it is unknown. So keep the future in the future and keep the present to the present. Don't marry the two together. Don't make them one. The future is the future because it is unknown. So when people talk about the fear of the future, the fear of the unknown, I begin to wonder. For me, there is nothing like the fear of the unknown because the future itself is unknown. And the Creator himself made it that way, to be unknown, because he tries to keep us safe from more anxiety, distress, and boredom. Just imagine we are not able to cope with the present. The present is already burdensome, problematic, too heavy for us to carry. Now we want to carry the burdens of the future before the future is present. How do you survive? So keep the future in the future and live day by day. Don't bother yourself so much about the unknown in the future. Bother yourself with the known in the present and find solutions to this known. When you get to the future, the grace for the future will carry you through. Don't leave the future before the future. If you do that, you are destroying your present because you are adding more pressure to the already over-pressured present. And that will be catastrophic. So live day by day. Forget about what the future brings. When the future comes, you'll be given the strength to live it and live it very, very well. Cheers.